mention that this is my last year, so I'm going about as hard as I possibly can. And I know a lot of my fellow seniors like JC Blades and Alex Boulay next to me are doing the same things. There's not really a level for us to continue playing softball, so a lot of people, once they get towards like junior and senior years, they're really focusing on their careers. So that's really interesting to see a lot of student athletes that are focused more on academics and then softball, and then their sport, and not just always worried about just their sport.
Yeah, this is where do you see yourself a year from now? Do you even think about that? Or are you trying to think about that?
I've kind of been thinking about it. I've been applying to med school, so that's hopefully what I'll be doing by a year from now.
Talk about the dedication that goes in. Like I said, everyone focuses on the football player, the basketball player, I guess the baseball player, but everyone. The thing I've learned covering college athletics, everyone works just as hard as their sport as anybody else. So it puts in the same amount of time and dedication. So talk about the time and dedication it takes to go into playing your success.
Well, this sport is really difficult. I've always looked at it as it's not two different sports, but there's two very important sides of it. There's offensive and defense. We have to spend 2 hours on just defense one day during practice, and then like an hour and a half or 2 hours of just hitting. And then we have to go to conditioning and weights and all that stuff. So you can't really be one thing in softball, and I think that makes it a really difficult sport, just like baseball. So it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of just hours, a lot of time, physical time. That makes it such a demanding sport, but I mean, it's definitely worth it. I couldn't imagine playing a different sport.
Did you win Miss Louisiana based on the
Yeah,
banner there?
this was 2 years ago. I was Miss Louisiana for. We did this recruiting kind of thing. So our coach likes to let us meet the incoming recruits. So when they're on the team, they're not just like, oh, here's 5 new teammates. So we kind of get to know them. And this was a beauty pageant murder mystery kind of thing. And I was Miss Louisiana, so we had to figure out who killed. I think Chegner ended up being the person that ended up dying, so she had to lay down on the floor when the lights went out. It was a lot of fun. We got to meet the class of 2016 or something like that coming in.
This team has a lot of fun, doesn't it? I mean, it's not just those things, but in practice, I talked to Coach Tarina. She said y'all are a silly bunch, but she said y'all also stay focused and work hard. Tell me a little bit about that team's personality and how you balance having fun with working hard and staying focused.
Yeah, well, it's always a good time. It doesn't even matter who gets together. I could just sit next to Boulay and crack up, in my locker right here. So we definitely get a lot of laughs at practice. It's never boring, so it really makes practice much more enjoyable. So we're more willing to work hard, and sometimes it does get out of hand, but we're kind of getting a little bit better at reading coach. So this is my 3rd year with her. I can tell by just her look when to stop. So we're getting a little better at focusing back in when we know we're getting a little too silly.